This is an update on my Bose Wave Radio CE, which I repaired a couple of months ago, and the problem back then was that these buttons, the on-off button and the up and down volume, did not work properly, especially the down volume. And I acquired a replacement remote for about 12 bucks on eBay. This is a Chinese replacement, but it works great. It uses 1 coin lithium 3 volts battery here, and this works wonderful. But unfortunately, there's a continued problem. See, I can turn up and down the volume from the remote, but if I try to use this button, there's no response. There's some response from the up if I press it really hard, but there's not a good response. All the other keys work great, but the up and down and the on-off don't work well. What I'm going to do is open it up again, and this time it will be very easy because I have these 4 screws. I don't have to crack open any glue. And I'm going to take a look at the conductive rubber buttons and use one of the methods that I found on YouTube and see if I can repair them. Now the keypad is removed from the door, and I noticed that on the buttons that did not work, which is this one here, that's up and down volume and the on-off, on the surface of the conductive rubber there is a shine. You can see that they're supposed to be completely matte, but they do have some shine, and they used to have this oily residue. Now there is a method of cleaning them up. I could replace them or glue new pads on the top. However, there is a method shown on YouTube, which is basically rubbing the surface of the pad on paper a few times, and the method is basically something related to a rubber eraser. When you pull the rubber eraser across the surface of the paper, it will scrape a little bit off it. I have rubbed each and every one of these conductive rubber buttons across paper, and you can see the marks that they left on it. And just use regular paper from copy machine and with no print on it, so the print residue would not transfer to the buttons. But they look very different, they look very good. And if I measure resistance on each of these buttons, it goes down to about 5 kilo ohms. Let me just show you. It's about 5 kilo ohms depending how you press against the rubber. But this now is significantly different. So I'm going to put it back together and see the results. Before I put everything back together, I just want to show why it is almost impossible to squeeze this ribbon into the door if you buy one without this ribbon. And the problem is that this socket for the ribbon is the one that locks in position. So when that part is locked in, you won't be able to put anything, squeeze anything inside. So what I would suggest is, if you buy the door without that ribbon, get a hook or something that would catch the edges of the socket and try to open it up like that. And then you might be able to put the ribbon in. For me, it's now very easy because I have everything outside. But then all you have to do is make sure that this part is open, then you squeeze the ribbon in, and then you lock it by pushing this part back into the socket, and that way the ribbon is secure. The other end doesn't have that problem. The other end is just a very simple push-in socket. It doesn't have any moving parts, but this socket in the door has that moving part that locks the ribbon into position. It has to be out for insertion, and then it has to be pushed back. So this is why people have problem if you buy the door original but without that ribbon cable. Okay, this is all put together, and I have to say that I'm amazed how well rubbing across paper of the keypads of the conductive rubber worked. And let me just play this CD here, and we'll go to track number 4, which is a nice band-ready music, no copyright, so don't worry about that. And the volume buttons did not work, especially the volume down. And now I can very gently press the button, and it reacts immediately. There's no problem, no delay. I don't need to press it as I did before. The same with the on-off button. It works like a charm. But I want to give credit to all the YouTubers who have posted the information, so the links will be below. How to open up the unit, disassemble, very easy method if you know how, and then how to clean the buttons, the keypads, the rubber, conductive rubber pads in remotes, and in all kinds of keypads like this. So the links will be below, but please give it thumbs up, so that way the algorithm will recognize this video as containing valuable information, and hopefully somebody can use the information. Thank you.